Okay, let's continue our class geometry. So those of you that logged onto the portal, the first class that we have there for everyone to view was a class on geometry, and I said in that class that geometry is a branch of mathematics that has to do with the study of shapes and their properties. And I said geometry is a word that is gotten from two Greek words, geo and metron. I said geo means the earth and metron has to do with measurement. And someone who studies geometry or who works in the field of geometry is called a geometer. And I said, according to the history of mathematics, Euclid happens to be the father of geometry because he played a vital role in that aspect of mathematics. Euclid is the father of geometry. So all that I'll be doing in this class, and like I said to you, it will involve different shapes, their properties, how to calculate the lengths, their dimensions, areas and perimeters, volumes, and all those sort of things I want to be doing in this class that has to do with geometry. But we are considering specifically mensuration. And I said mensuration means measurement. But before we go into that, I was able to explain to us what points are. And I said a point is the smallest object or the smallest shape in geometry that it is believed to have no size. And I defined to us what a line is when I said you should make two dots on your note or 2 points and try to use your ruler to join the 2 points, that you observe that a line has been produced. Then I said a line is simply the measure of points. And I said when two lines meet at a particular point, this is line 1, this is another line. At this point that they met, I said that point is called the vertex. This point is called the vertex. This is the vertex. And I said at that particular point also, where they met, an angle is formed. This is the angle formed. So an angle is formed when two lines meet at a particular point. An angle is formed when two lines meet at a particular point. These are some of the things we discussed in that particular class. I also mentioned intersect. I said if the lines that met at the vertex, this is a line, this is another line. I said if you extend that line, if you extend each of the line and extend the other one, you understand that you're going to have an intersect produced. So I said extending the two lines at the vertex or crossing the two lines, an intersect is formed. An intersect is formed. So these are some of the things we discussed in the previous class. Today, let us quickly look at other aspects of this geometry. Let us look at other aspects of this geometry today. We want to consider lines. Quickly. In geometry, this type of line is called the vertical line. Vertical line. This type of lines are called inclined lines. Inclined lines. And this type of line is the perpendicular line. One line resting on another line. This is called perpendicular line. This type of lines are called parallel lines. Parallel lines. So these are some of the lines we'll be dealing with in our next class. But don't forget, these are the vertical lines, inclined lines, and these ones are also called horizontal lines. These are horizontal lines. Horizontal lines. These are horizontal lines. These are vertical lines, horizontal lines, inclined lines, parallel lines, perpendicular lines. Vertical lines, horizontal lines, inclined lines, parallel lines, and perpendicular lines. We shall be dealing with some of these lines. We'll get to understand some of these lines better in our next class. Carefully replay the class and get the best out from it, because in our next class I'll be explaining some of these lines and telling us some of the unique things you need to know about the parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and the inclined lines. You are going to know more of these lines in our next class. Thank you.